Let's bring it. I see a veteran up in here, man. MJ. Let's bring in my good friend, man. How you doing, brother? I know you got a lot to say about scam. I know you
What
got
up,
a lot to
man? That's his name, Dorman Scam.
say.
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, bro. I hate to
Yeah,
tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Dan.
tell me, bro.
As a Laker, you guys gotta stop thinking of mediocre.
Running through the six with my
The
woes.
dude, now y'all got on one channel, they say the players are trash
Count money, you know
on his
how
one
it
channel.
goes.
Hmm.
He's talking about you right now. The
Pray to
locker room.
real live forever,
He said
man.
all the players are trash.
Pray the fakes get exposed.
Tell me that was you saying the 96 signs. This is what you got to realize, Judah. It's very easy to out-debate locker room. It's not very challenging whatsoever. The fact that you let locker room out-wit you and out-debate you, it says a lot. We're not talking about a very high-level basketball mind, and you got outwitted by the locker room.
Ticket TV, he calls LeBron James fans jockstrap sniffers. So this is for you guys. If you're watching, shout out to all the LeBron James jockstrap sniffers. This is for you. Ticket TV, he calls LeBron James fans jockstrap sniffers. So this is for you guys. If you're watching, shout out to all the LeBron James jockstrap sniffers. This is for you.
LeBron fans.
Of all of the people that we talk about, LeBron fans are the only ones that even message me, contact me on Instagram. One recently sent me a death threat, talking like you can come to LA.
Fans.
LeBron fans.
LeBron fans.
All of the people that we talk about, LeBron fans are the only ones that even message me, contact me on Instagram. One recently sent me a death threat, talking like you can't come to LA. LeBron fans.
I just wanna slide on top of
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, folks. We are back, man. We got to get into it today. Obviously, the Fakers, folks, they have a game tonight. The Fakers have a game tonight versus the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, I'll turn the game on, folks. I'll have it on in the background. I'm mainly going to be watching this 49ers game that's about to come on in about 20 minutes. That's the game I'm mainly going to be paying attention to. But I'll turn this Laker game on and watch in the background, folks. Really don't care about this game, honestly, if I'm being all the way honest with you guys. Sacramento is just, they're Sacramento. They're not going to be a factor in the Western Conference. They never are. So, yeah, this is basically a meaningless game. It won't matter if the Lakers win or if the Lakers lose. It really won't matter either way. But I'll tune into it just for the hell of it. Shout out to I Hate Y'all with the $5 super chat.
Fuck with your boy. Fuck with your boy.
LeBron fans.
Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you, man. We got Alden Johnson. What's going on, man? Malik, King J, what's good, bro? Shout out to Constellar Swagger Brown. What's going on, man? He said, does Pat Riley want to be getting irritating now? We got D Weave. He says, blaming LeBron is low-hanging fruit. Call out the salami man, a.k.a. the blow-by king, Luka Dookie. Exactly. Shout out to Red Pill Christian, Path, Millionaire 313. What's going on, man? What up, man? We got Eric, man. What's going on, man? You said, like you alluded to, blaming LeBron for the Lakers' problems is low-hanging fruit at this point. Solely blaming LeBron for everything goes to show you how much casuals these people are. Exactly. We got Bob the Builder. He said LeBron got JJ his job, then turned on him for Reeves and Luka. I mean, I told you this is what they're going to do. They stick together. We see that with the mayonnaise media, folks. The whites stick together, right, wrong, or indifferent. That is one thing I will say about them. I do respect that. We did a show the other day. 444 called in, and I told him, I'm like, that is the one thing I can respect about the whites. They stick together, right, wrong, or indifferent. They're gonna stick together, even when everybody can clearly see that they're inferior. They're gonna stick together. So I got to give them some credit on that. But I'm here to, folks. I'm here to expose it all. Now, let's get into this clown JJ Redick real quick, folks. Now, as you guys know, man, this happened, what was it, after the last game. the Lakers, they got blown off the floor on Christmas Day, right? Now, this clown, JJ Redick, he goes on the post-game press conference, and he basically, told everybody that the meeting at practice in the coming days was going to be extremely uncomfortable. So if you guys missed it, this is what this clown had to say.
It's a matter of making the choice. And too often we have guys that don't want to make that choice. And it's pretty consistent who those guys are. And so Saturday's practice, I told the guys, it's going to be uncomfortable. The meeting is going to be uncomfortable. I'm not doing another 53 games like this.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was JJ Redick, right? So JJ Redick, after the game, when the Lakers got their cheeks busted, he goes on the post-game presser and he's like, yeah, I told the guys that the practice is going to be uncomfortable. It's going to get uncomfortable and blah, 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 right? So everybody was curious to see how uncomfortable the practice was going to actually be. Now, let me show you guys, because DeAndre Ayton, folks, he gave us some insight on how uncomfortable this practice was. So, yeah, this was DeAndre Ayton, folks. Get a load of this, folks. Get a load of this real quick. Let me play you guys this.
Your coach told us he planned for it to be a bad day. He said it'd be an uncomfortable day for the team.
And y'all bought into that.
Please listen.
I'm not going to tell y'all. I'm not saying anything.
Your coach told us he planned for it to be a bad day. He said it'd be an uncomfortable day for the team.
And y'all bought into that.
Please listen.
I'm not going to tell y'all.
LeBron fans.
Planned for it to be a bad day. He said it'd be an uncomfortable day for the team.
And y'all bought into that.
Folks, I loved that reaction from DeAndre Ayton. I love that. That was hilarious, bro. That man said, and y'all bought into that. Like the disgust on his face when he said, and y'all bought into that. Like, that should tell you everything that you need to know, folks, about JJ Redick. Okay? Let's talk about JJ Redick really quickly, folks. I've told you guys, I've been watching JJ Redick since JJ Redick was at Duke. JJ Redick was a very good college player. I used to hate him when he played for Duke. This was like mid-2000s when he was playing for Duke, doing his thing. And then he, obviously gets drafted, goes to the NBA, and his career was very forgettable. Had a couple of good, years with the Clippers, couple good years in Philadelphia, and then after that, kind of just faded out, of the league. The dude was essentially a three-point specialist, didn't play any defense, never won anything, really was just a role player, right? He was a role player. Why JJ Redick thinks that people are going to take him seriously, including LeBron James and even Luka Doncic. I'll even put Luka in this conversation as well. Because, folks, JJ Redick's last year in the NBA, he played in Dallas with Luka Doncic. So, once again, just imagine this dynamic if you're Luka Doncic, right? A guy that you used to play with, where you were the star of the team and he was a role player coming off the bench, is now telling you what to do. If you're Luka, would you listen to JJ Redick? Probably not. LeBron James, folks. LeBron James is the greatest athlete of all time, the greatest player of all time. He's probably forgotten more basketball than JJ Redick knows. JJ Redick has never won a championship. JJ Redick has never did anything. He was a shooter, folks. That's it. So now all of a sudden you think you're just going to walk in and you're going to command respect, and you think because you slam some clipboards and you act crazy that we're going to respect you? No, what it does is it makes you look more and more like a clown. And I've been saying this about JJ Redick. He's a clown. We don't take you seriously. I told you guys, I've been watching this dude since the mid-2000s. I've never seen JJ Redick get into an altercation on the basketball floor. He has more smoke for the players on the roster than he ever had for any player when he was in the league. I never saw that dude get into no fight, no scuffle, I never even saw him talking crazy to nobody. Now, all of a sudden, he's a coach, and he's cussing niggas out. He's slamming clipboards. He talking about practices are going to get uncomfortable. Who takes this crap seriously? You'd have to be a clown to take this dude seriously. Real talk. Nobody takes JJ Redick seriously. And if you guys remember, JJ Redick was the second option. He was the backup plan. The Lakers wanted Dan Lanning at UConn. They couldn't get Dan Lanning. He said no to the Lakers and went back to UConn. So they settled for JJ Redick, the podcaster. He was never supposed to even be the Lakers coach. This is his first coaching gig, folks. I actually saw some dude on Twitter. Let me show you guys this. I saw some dude on Twitter. He's pretty funny. He just sits on social media, I guess, making these videos. Listen to what he had to say about JJ Redick. I thought he made a very good point.
JJ Redick is suiting up for year 2 of the most undeserved job in the world. JJ Redick doesn't belong as the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. It's JJ Redick's first coaching job ever. JJ Redick didn't coach an AAU team. He didn't coach a church league. He didn't coach a college basketball team. JJ Redick went from being sitting at home, eating chips, and thinking about how he used to play basketball to being the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. How can JJ Redick ever look at Luka Doncic and tell him how to play basketball? How can JJ Redick ever look at LeBron James and tell him how to play basketball? JJ Redick is not ready to be an NBA head coach because he's never been the head coach of any basketball team before.
Folks, the dude didn't tell any lies, folks. And y'all do me a favor, folks. Let's get these likes up. Everybody take a quick second, please, and drop a like on the video. Let's get these likes up, folks. I agree with this dude 1,000%. Nobody takes JJ Redick seriously. Nobody you want to know how I know? You said the clip is kind of low. Well, I mean, you heard it, right? It might have been low, but you heard it though, right? That's all that matters. Fair game. Hopefully you heard it. I can't do anything about him having a low microphone, bro. Unfortunately. I don't know what's going on with his microphone, but I can't do anything about that. I can't make the clip louder, unfortunately, bro. But I think you did hear it. And there's subtitles too if you can't hear. But basically, if you didn't hear it, if it was too low for you, if you didn't hear it, he basically said JJ Redick is not qualified for this job. And we all know that. So which one is it, right, folks? So we all know he's unqualified, but then when he says something about LeBron, we want to take it seriously. You can't have it both ways. So let me play you guys what he said about LeBron. This is what he said about LeBron after that practice that was supposed to be so uncomfortable. This is what he said.
Yeah, but I mean, we that was, priority number one for me. Role clarity. I think since we've gotten Bron back, we haven't been as organized offensively. Too many random possessions, so that's on me. So it's those three things. Defensive clarity, role clarity, and offensive organization.
Okay, so this was the clip, folks, that got everybody riled up on social media, right? Everybody got riled up and said, oh, finally, JJ Redick called out LeBron James, right? I don't really think he called out LeBron James. He basically just said what he said, right? That the Lakers, ever since LeBron came back, haven't been organized offensively. Me personally, folks, I mean, he admitted that's on him as the coach. He admitted that's on him as the coach because it is. But there's nothing really that JJ Redick is going to change at this point. I mean, he's not going to change anything. There's nothing. I mean, unless you're going to start Vanderbilt, which would make him look like a complete idiot because he had Vando in the doghouse for weeks. Unless he's going to start Vando and Marcus Smart, and we'll see. Let me actually see what the lineups are going to be for tonight. Because now that Aston is out, I'm assuming Marcus Smart would get the start in Aston's absence. Oh, and by the way, folks, we're not going to stop our Aston Reeves coverage. The dude thought he was slick by faking an injury, so maybe, people would stop talking about him since he wasn't going to be here. No, folks, we're not going to stop the Aston Reeves coverage just because he's not playing. We're going to continue the Aston Reeves coverage. You still got to go, buddy. He's trying to fake an injury. Now they're saying he won't be back until after the All-Star break. That's after the trade deadline too, right? So this is a well-timed injury. He's trying to, make sure he doesn't get traded, because if he gets traded, folks, his value will no longer be the same. The Lakers are the only team that values Austin Reeves. Nobody else values him to the number of north of $100 million. I don't think anybody else in the NBA values him at that number, at that price point. So he knows his value is on the Lakers. He knows he has to remain a Laker for him to get any significant amount of money over the summer. So this was all a play by him and his agent. If you guys don't know, his agent blocked me on Twitter for calling his ass out. And that was about a week or two ago at this point. So it's been a rough 2 or 3 weeks PR-wise for Aston. And now he's faked an injury to basically preserve his value. That's what he's doing, because his value was tanking really every game. His value was just going down, down, down. So they said to preserve his value, let's just pull him now, because if you pull him now, his numbers are going to stay the same, right? His stats are going to stay the same. His numbers are going to stay the same. So they basically took themselves out of the equation. It's nasty. It's nasty. So I'm going to continue to campaign to keep Aston, to get this dude traded, because he's got to go. Because he's going to try to fake an injury and come back in February, middle of February. For what? For what? We don't need to do another playoff run with this fraud. But yeah, the Lakers lineup tonight, folks. Marcus Smart is going to get the start tonight. To me, I think you need a little bit more defense in your starting lineup. You got Marcus for perimeter defense, but I think you still need interior defense and interior rebounding. And because DeAndre Ayton just doesn't do it. And LeBron does it, but I would want Vando in there as well. Because Vando just comes in and he just plays hard. He just gives us energy. So to me, I think you should probably, and I would hate to bench Rui, but I know they're not going to bench Luka Dookie, and they're not going to bench DeAndre Ayton. But to me, I would probably just say bench Rui. Fuck it. Because I think you need that interior rebounding and that defense out there in your starting lineup. But I don't think JJ Redick is going to have the balls really to make significant changes to this starting lineup, which is what he needs. This stuff is simple. You got to have balance in your starting lineup, but he doesn't want to do that. So, exactly, Malik. JJ Redick still hasn't changed anything. That's why I can't really take the dude seriously. I mean, once again, and there's a reason why I put Darvin Ham on the thumbnail as well, folks. When you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, right? Like, these guys are like fairly easy to coach, right? When you have LeBron, AD, I mean, you don't really got to do too much as a coach. Have a couple plays for certain situations. Have offense that you run, whether you're playing through LeBron or playing through Anthony Davis, whatever the case is, right? Defensive principles, all that stuff. But outside of that, folks, you're not really doing too much. When you have LeBron and Luka, it's the same thing. These dudes dominate the ball. Obviously, Luka more than LeBron. So you don't really have to do anything as a coach. That's a very easy job to do, to coach these guys. That's pretty easy because you're really trusting and relying on their decision-making on the floor. So to me, I feel like the reason why JJ doesn't want to break the lineups up is because I've said this before. If he brings in guys that are, defensive players, then that kind of changes things. Now he's got to like start drawing up actual plays and doing certain things. Like I watched that Warriors game earlier, and shout out to the Raptors because they beat the Warriors. I needed them to win that game. But the Warriors were up, folks, in that game earlier. I don't know if anybody caught it. And the Raptors, they turned up their defensive intensity. And that's how they got back in the game. They forced some turnovers. And but the Warriors, offensively, they were doing something very interesting with Steph Curry that I've never really seen before. They were doing like some backdoor type cuts with Steph Curry. It was very clever from Steve Kerr. Very clever play calling. With JJ, we just don't see anything like that. We don't see with Luka, for example, we don't see JJ Redick utilizing Luka and LeBron. We see it with LeBron sometimes. Like he'll use LeBron as like a, as the role guy. But we rarely see that with Luka. We don't see him really utilizing Luka in other ways other than just heavy ISO pick and roll at the top of the key. Anubis, real quick, man, because I do got to get up out of here. I wasn't going to do a long show, but yeah, you got any thoughts though?
Yeah, the nerve of this clown. You call out LeBron? That's crazy. I just laughed. Bro, JJ Redick is corny, bro.
In all fairness, Anubis,
corny.
in all fairness, like I feel like the LeBron haters use those comments as a way to like say like, oh, he called out LeBron, but to me, I don't really feel like he's really calling out LeBron because he said like that's my fault, but they took that little clip and ran with it, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean it's pathetic either way. You gotta eventually get at the person that's doing this, Luka, but you're not gonna do that. That's pathetic.
We got Nahar in the chat. Nahar said because Steph is willing to play off ball and Luka isn't. That's the difference. Yeah, Anubis, like I said, I don't know if you probably didn't watch that Warriors Raptors game earlier, bro, but Steve Kerr and his creativity offensively, it's very interesting. It's very interesting some of the things that they do. I told you what made me want to watch, what made me say what I said about LeBron going to the Warriors is watching them play for the USA team together. Him and Steph. I was special, bro. Like that whole tournament was nice. So that's why I was like, if they could do that again, that would be sick, bro. But I don't know. But I would still keep that option open if I was LeBron. Going to the Warriors wouldn't be bad to end his career off with. Yeah, give me 1 second, Anubis. We got GD. Shout out to GD with the $20 super chat. Appreciate you, man.
LeBron fans.
Shout out to GD, man. He said, you're the only one honest. Everybody out here is leaving information out for clicks. One of the biggest lies is Lakers beat good teams like the Heat and Spurs, but conveniently leave out Swiper and Norman Powell. Hero didn't play. Yeah, shout out to GD, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, like I said, bro, I watched that Warriors game earlier, and I saw some things. I don't know if you remember this one play that Mark Jackson used to run back in the day. You remember that elevator play that they would run for Steph?
Are you talking about the one where LeBron busted it up, where Clay swings out to the corner, or is this another play?
It's like a play where it's like Steph runs between like two Warrior players, and then like they basically like It's like an elevator, like two elevator
Oh
doors.
yeah, I've ran that play before in high school.
Yeah,
I've actually played the step role in high school. That's crazy.
Yeah. Nah, it's just like, to me, I've said this with JJ. I just don't see any offensive creativity. Like there hasn't been a play where I'm like, okay, that was a good play. You know, that was like an out of timeout. Like we drew something up. I'm like, damn, that was a good play. I saw that today. I watched that Warriors game today. I saw some plays today. I saw Steve Kerr utilizing Steph in ways that I haven't seen him utilize Steph. And Steph is 37, 38 years old. It's like they're still finding new ways to utilize and play with Steph. It's crazy. And to me, with JJ, it's like, bro, we don't get any of that with JJ Redick. And my thing is, you know, obviously Steph is like a willing off-ball player. With Luka, bro, he's just killing us, man. I'm sorry, bro. He's just killing us.
And see, this is what's crazy. I'm about to put something together with what you said. JJ's not a point guard. Steve Kerr's a point guard. Jason Kidd's a point guard. And you see when Jason Kidd got Luka, they clashed. Because playing that point guard position, you have to know all the roles. So that's why they make really good coaches, to be honest, point guards. Because that's going to be another reason. He don't know what it is to run an offense, man. Like a shooting guard don't got to worry about that too much. You just got to know the play. But as a point guard, you got to know everything. You know,
yeah, he's not a point guard. He's not a point guard. He's cosplaying.
JJ Redick was a shooting guard.
Yeah, he's cosplaying as a point guard. Luka's not a point guard. You know,
like Luka's not a point guard either.
Yeah.
But see, like I said, Jason Kidd called him out because of what we're talking about now. He was the only coach that really called them out. Like, Luka, you got to stop doing this, or we're gonna lose. You know, and he put it out there. JJ Redick is still tiptoeing, trying to please Luka, bro.
We got Clutch Sports. We got Clutch Sports. I got to get up out of here, Clutch Sports. So, real quick, what you got, man?
Steph Curry is one of the best conditioned athletes in the world. You can't call the same plays for Luka that you can for Curry. He can't do it. He won't be able to pull it off, man.
No, he won't.
No.
Yeah, I just think, you know, like I said, if JJ Redick is going to be talking about holding people accountable, like, you need to be holding yourself accountable as a coach. To me, I think there's two glaring things, and this is going to be my final point because I do got to get up out. I'm about to watch this 49ers game. There's two things that I've noticed about the Lakers, right? Now, I told you guys on Christmas, I watched the final game was Nuggets and Timberwolves, right? So that game goes into OT. Anthony Edwards makes an amazing three-pointer falling out of bounds, and the game goes into overtime. The Timberwolves going a 9-0 run to start the overtime, right? Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, mainly Nikola Jokic though, they single-handedly willed the Nuggets to a win. When the Nuggets needed Nikola Jokic to be at his best, he was at his best. And they were losing in that game, in that overtime, right? That was the most impressive part. To me, when I look at this season, there hasn't been one game where the Lakers have been down and we needed Luka to be at his best and he came through for us. That's glaring to me.
That's 2 years in a row.
To me, Luka is a front-running fraud. If he can get you down, he can front run with the best of them. But what happens when we're down and we need you to be at your best? He can't do it. And then as far as JJ Redick, like I was saying, JJ Redick, to me, I don't see anything offensively watching these games where I'm like, wow, like that's a good play, or I like that idea. I like what you did there. I'm not seeing anything. I watched the Warriors game earlier today, and I'm seeing new things that Steve Kerr is doing with Steph that I haven't seen them doing with Steph at this point. And Steph is about to be 37, 38. But I digress. Y'all got any final thoughts, man? What y'all think?
Agree.
Yep. Facts.
So that's what I'm waiting to see, like, tonight. Like, you know, we ain't got Reeves no more. You know, like, are you gonna, like, what happens when LeBron and Luka's not on the floor? Can you coach the team without them? Can you?
No, they hit.
Real talk, like, because you can't play LeBron 40, 50 minutes a night. Like, even playing LeBron 30 minutes is just too much. I'm seeing other teams, other guys are playing 25, 28 minutes. LeBron's still playing heavy 30 minutes? Like, what are you doing? You're going to run the man into the ground. So, like I said, you don't have Reeves no more. You don't have your fake-ass 20-point per game scorer anymore. So now, what are you going to do when LeBron is on the bench and Luka's out the game? How are you going to coach the team then?
Or even when Luka's by himself without LeBron out there, it's going to be just everybody will watch Luka, and hopefully he makes his shot. Because if not, he's just going to brick us into a, losing by 15.
Being a LeBron fan, it's hard to watch Luka, even a Curry. Like in their primes, they played the whole game. Luka's 26, and he plays like he needs like 30 minutes. He can only play like 33 minutes at a high level. Luka can't give you 42 minutes, 43 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah. But all right, fellas, I got to get up out of here. I'm about to go watch this game. Appreciate y'all boys, man.
Yep.
All right, folks, that's really all I got on this particular topic, man. JJ Redick's a clown, but we all knew this, folks. I'm about to go watch this game, and then we'll be back to cover this Lakers game a little bit later. Y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.